I have encountered stigma. I have encountered stigma that threatened to prevent me returning to my career. And also, quite interestingly, an experience I'll just briefly tell you about with. So when I came home from rehab, I wasn't able to return to work immediately, so I had no income, had significant amount of debt, and had to go on to benefits. So being in the benefits system for the first time was a really interesting experience, because when I was called for an assessment, so I had to have give a kind of history to a doctor, and also to go through a physical examination, I guess, to see whether I was entitled to benefits or what my entitlement should be. So I duly turned up at the centre and went in to see the doctor. And so this is my genuine memory of what happened. So he didn't look up when I went in. He was writing on a form and he didn't look at me at all and just asked me questions. He didn't know he didn't know my profession, didn't know my previous job. So he asked me questions. Obviously, on my sickness, my sick note, it had something like addiction or alcohol dependence or something like that. It was a potentially stigmatizing term, and he asked me questions about it. I told him what had happened and what I'd been through. There was no eye contact at all and no connection. And then I had a very cursory physical examination, which I suppose I was in a better position to assess than most people that are going through benefits medicals. And then just finally, after he'd done all this stuff, he didn't give anything away about what he thought about it or anything. He said to me, "So what was your job?" And I said, I'm a GP. And at that moment, he looked at me in the eye and said, "Oh, this must have been terrible for you." So everything changed when I was able to be something he recognized. But when I was just a recovering person in the system, he wasn't the least bit interested. And I thought, this must be how my patients are treated in the benefit system. This must be what it feels like. I was actually in a good enough place to be curious about it and interested in it rather than angry with them. I didn't feel anger towards them. I just thought, this is not good. And there are a few examples of that sort of thing where I just felt, this is not, I'd prefer my patients to be treated better than this if this is the norm.